Welcome to the Mirror Moves, where we turn every petty power play into poetic justice. Today's story isn't just about trespassing, it's about boundaries, revenge, and thermal science. It started innocently enough. I had just finished renovating my dream home in Pine Valley, a warm, quiet suburb with just enough HOA to keep things tidy, but not enough to ruin your life. Or so I thought. My name's Jordan. I'm an aerospace technician by trade, pool enthusiast by choice. My wife, Tessa, is a school librarian, calm, patient, and the kind of person who believes every conflict can be solved with conversation. And then there's Karen. Karen lived 2 houses down, a retired interior decorator who now decorated neighborhood drama. She had ice blonde hair pulled into a permanent bun, a lime green visor that matched her dog's sweater, and a walk that screamed, "I own this block." It started with glances, then comments. "That inflatable flamingo is an eyesore. Did you know chlorine harms the environment? Maybe you should read the HOA bylaws again." Tessa laughed it off. I didn't, especially not after I caught Karen in our yard. Not once, not twice, 3 times. She was using our pool, without asking. The first time I chalked it up to confusion. She claimed she thought the house was a rental and didn't know we'd moved in. The second time, she said her own pool heater was broken and she just needed a quick soak. The third time, she brought friends. They drank wine coolers, left cigarette butts in the grass, and had the audacity to rearrange our patio furniture. I asked politely, then firmly. Then I installed cameras and locked the gate. That's when Karen got creative. She cut through the side hedge and slipped in through the back, like some kind of chlorinated cat burglar. My cameras caught her every time. Still, the HOA did nothing, citing insufficient evidence of community harm. I'd had enough. Now I'm no prankster, but I am an engineer. And the thing about pools? You can wire the heating and cooling lines separately. You can also install remote control relays and automate the system through a smart hub. So I built a trap, using 2 separate pumps, one feeding the heater, one feeding the chiller. I programmed the pool to cycle between lukewarm and icy cold, followed by hot tub temps, back to cold, all within 10 minutes. The cameras were rolling. The app was ready. All I needed was the bait. The weather that Saturday was perfect. I left the gate slightly open, just enough to whisper, "Come on in." I even placed fresh towels out, monogrammed ones, to really sell it. I took Tessa out to brunch and left the house empty. At 10:17 a.m., Karen arrived. She was wearing a leopard print one-piece and a straw hat, clutching a bottle of cucumber seltzer like she owned the place. She dipped a toe. Perfect. At 10:19, she was fully in. Reclining. Eyes closed. Floating. At 10:20, I triggered phase 1, the ice-cold surge. Her eyes shot open. She jolted upright, gasping. I could almost hear her shriek through the camera audio. She clutched her arms, confused, scanning the water. Then, just as she started climbing out, phase 2. Hot. Not boiling, of course, but a solid 102 degrees Fahrenheit, like a spa turned rogue. She froze mid-step, unsure whether to flee or soak. The camera caught every reaction. Confusion, panic, and then rage. Karen scrambled out, muttering profanities, grabbed her towel and stormed off, slipping on the wet deck one last time before disappearing behind the hedge. I saved the footage. Later that evening, she came knocking, hair frizzed, eyes wild. "You booby-trapped your pool," she shrieked. Tessa and I were on the couch. I calmly pointed to the "No Trespassing" sign and the notice about 24/7 surveillance. "You mean the pool you've been illegally entering for 3 weeks?" I asked. She faltered. That's not the point. I could have gotten hypothermia." I raised my phone and pressed play. The footage started. Her face turned pale. "I'm calling the HOA." "You do that," I said. "I'll call the police." The next morning, HOA President Mr. Stein showed up with a neutral expression and a clipboard. I handed him the footage. USB format. 1080p. Full audio. He didn't say a word, just nodded slowly. Karen was fined $2,500 for trespassing and harassment. She threatened to sue. Her lawyer advised against it. Apparently, our signage, footage, and HOA bylaws were airtight. Karen stopped speaking to us after that. Her pool mysteriously got cleaned. We haven't seen her near our gate since. But the best part? At the next HOA meeting, they voted unanimously to allow defensive property tech installations, citing our case as precedent. I might have inspired a whole new line of smart pool defense systems. Nowadays, we enjoy our pool in peace. Sometimes I catch myself glancing at the hedge, half expecting Karen's visor to peek through. But it never does. Justice, after all, is best served with a cold splash and a camera rolling.